right, week 7 of the NFL season is over, and now we're on to week 8. Last week, though, I was so close to being perfect. I went 13-2, and the 2 I got wrong, I picked the Steelers over the Bengals and the Dolphins over the Browns. This week, I feel like I'm being a little more bold with some of my picks, and I think that's why, because I regret not taking the Browns, and these primetime games are weird. But anyway, there are, how many? 6 teams on a bye this week. The Cardinals, Lions, Jaguars, Raiders, Rams, and Seahawks are all on a bye week, which means we got 13 games to cover, and the first one is Thursday Night Football, Vikings at Chargers. Did the Vikings have a bye week? I forget. They either had a bye or they lost to the Eagles. Either way, I think they're going to lose to the Chargers. I'm picking the Chargers to win. To be honest, the only thing making me doubt the Chargers is the fact that these primetime games have been very weird. Specifically, Thursday Night Football, I feel like, has been an upset every single week. But I think the Chargers are a better team. Herbie should hopefully play well. To be honest, I don't really know much about the Vikings defense. They could probably sack him quite a few times, but I think Wentz is going to struggle, so I'm going to pick the Chargers. Next up, Dolphins at Falcons. The Dolphins might be the worst team in the league, and the Falcons aren't. Falcons did lose to the Niners, which I predicted correctly, but they are a way better team than the Dolphins. So I'm going to pick them to beat the Dolphins. Pretty simple. Next up, Bears at Ravens. If you asked me 47 years ago, I would have said that the Ravens would smoke the Bears. Now it's not looking like that. The Ravens have a terrible defense, and the Bears are actually kind of solid. I don't know if Lamar comes back. Ravens are coming off a bye week, but I'm still going to pick the Bears to win here. I just think the Ravens are a badly coached team, and as much as I would love to see them win, I don't think they will. I think the Bears win. Next up, Jets at Bengals. The Jets still don't have a win, and I think they benched Justin Fields, so that's not good. And the Bengals got a generational upset on the Steelers. I'm going to pick the Bengals to win at home here. The Jets, I don't really think they are the worst team in the league, oddly enough, but they haven't had a win, and I don't think they're going to get one here. Next up, Bills at Panthers. The Panthers won an ugly one against the Jets, and the Bills, I think, were on a bye week. Now, this one, I actually could see the Panthers winning. Weirdly enough, I could see it happening, but I still went with the Bills here. They're just a better team. Josh Allen, better quarterback, but I don't know. I just get this weird feeling that the Panthers are going to win, but I picked the Bills to win. It just makes more sense for them to. Next up, Niners at Texans. The Niners beat the Falcons, and the Texans got beat by the Seahawks. Poor CJ Stroud. You know what I mean? Everyone's blaming him. They're calling him bad. He's the problem. What happened to him? I can tell you what happened to him. You trade away Laramie Tunsil from an offensive line that was already bad. This poor guy, okay? This poor dude. How do you expect him to do anything? And the Niners, without Fred Warner, without Bosa, without all these people, will still have a good enough defense to absolutely smoke the Texans O-line. So I'm picking the Niners to beat them. I mean, I don't know. Even if stinking Mac Jones plays, I think they can beat them. To be honest, this could go the other way. I just don't know how the Texans win. I mean, the only way they would win is their defense carrying, which I could see happening if old McCorkle Jones plays, but I'm still going to go with the Niners. I just feel like they have the upper hand here. Next up, Browns at Patriots. The Browns this year, kind of what we say every year. If they had a quarterback, there's something there. That defense is pretty good, but they don't really have a quarterback. They have a running back, but not a quarterback. The Patriots have a quarterback. His name's Drake May. He's playing pretty good right now, and I think he will beat the Browns at home. I think the Patriots just have a better overall team. The Browns are very hit or miss. This game will probably be pretty close, and then in the fourth quarter, Cleveland's defense will give up and give up like 20 points. Next up, Giants at Eagles. This one was really hard. The Giants lost in kind of a generational way against the Broncos. I mean, that's an all-time loss right there. That's a pretty crazy one. And the Eagles, I think they weren't on a bye, and I think they beat the Vikings last week. I don't even remember. I'm so tempted to pick the Eagles here, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know why. I went with the Giants. I don't know why. I actually think the Eagles are probably going to win, but I'm going with the Giants. There's just some part of me that has a love for old Jackson Dart. and old Scataboo, and I hate the Eagles, so I just kind of want to see them win, but I don't think they will. But I still picked the Giants. I don't know what I'm talking about. All right, next up, Buccaneers at Saints. The Bucs had a weird, unexpected loss to the Lions, I would say. Not unexpected in the sense that I'm surprised they lost. I mean, they looked lost on offense against our absolute bums at corner. They're not bums anymore. You know what I'm saying? The Legion of Whom. That's what people are calling them. But now I think they have a get-right game, if you will, against the Saints. I'm picking them to beat the Saints. The Saints remind me of the 2021 Lions where we would lose every game, but we would look kind of competitive a little bit somehow. That's kind of the vibe with the Saints. They lose all the time, but they kind of look in it. And to be honest, the Saints could win this game. It's a divisional game. It's weird stuff happens, but I think the Bucs are going to be a little angry after that loss to us, and I think they're going to win. Next up, Titans at Colts. Not really going to harp on this one too much. I'm picking the Colts to win. Titans, pretty bad. Pretty bad team. Not the worst, but pretty bad. And the Colts, in my opinion, are the best team in the league right now, which is kind of crazy, but they are. So I'm picking them to beat one of the worst teams in the league. The divisional stuff could happen here, but the difference is the Titans have no signs of life. They just look pretty terrible. So I'm picking the Colts. Next up, Cowboys at Broncos. Both teams win last week, and they win in kind of weird fashion. Not really the Cowboys, but the Broncos score 30-something points in the fourth quarter, didn't they? That's insane. But I'm surprisingly going to go with, I think most people are going to call this an upset. I'm picking the Cowboys to beat the Broncos. Look, I don't know if I'm just a hater of the Broncos. Their defense is obviously great. Their offense is like watching the Raiders, okay? They're for the first 3 quarters of that game, they were terrible on offense. And the Cowboys have a pretty terrible defense, but I think they have the best offense in the league, and I think old George Pickens is going to have a game. I don't know why. I just do. I just think he's going to toast up Riley Moss the whole game. So I'm picking the Cowboys to beat the Broncos. All right, and now we have Sunday Night Football, Packers at Steelers. We have the Aaron Rodgers revenge game part 2, I think. He already played his old team. But yeah, the Steelers lost to the Bengals. Their defense is really weird. I don't know. You would think they should be good, but they're not. They are. I don't know. This game is weird, right? The Packers almost lost to the Jacoby Brissett Cardinals. Here's my take on both of these teams. These teams play down or up to their competition. If they play a terrible team, they also play terrible. It's so weird. And that makes this game kind of difficult to pick a winner for. So I fully went Lions fan bias mode here, and I'm picking the Steelers to beat the Packers. Mainly just because I want them to, and it makes no sense for them to. My only thought process could be the Steelers D-line absolutely gobbles up the Packers O-line. But to be honest, at this point, anything could happen. You know what I mean? Who knows anymore? I think it really helps that it's a Steelers home game too. So I'm just going to go with them, and I really hope they win. And finally, on Monday Night Football, I think we're done with the double headers, thank God. We have Commanders at Chiefs. The Commanders have been probably one of the more disappointing teams this year outside of the Ravens. They've just looked, they've just looked inconsistent, I would say. And the Chiefs are getting glazed pretty heavily right now. People are kind of back on the Chiefs train here. And I'm not one of those people, but I think they're going to beat the Commanders. It's at home. It's on Monday Night Football. They're definitely the better team. They'll probably get a few good calls in this game going their way. Chiefs at home on prime time. That's what happens. And I think they're going to beat the Commies, unfortunately. And there you go. Those are my picks for this week of the NFL season. No Lions game this week, so that, maybe that helps my chances of doing well. I don't know. Last week, I was so close. I was 2 games off of being perfect. This game, I hope I'm perfect, but I probably won't be because I went kind of rogue with some of these. I picked some weird teams to win for some of these games.